How do? Just let me give him his ball. Good lad, come on then. Beautiful day. It is cold. Thought I'd get out and do a little vlog. Very short update, so welcome to all the new subscribers. And thanks to all you guys who've been around a long time. Walking away from the train track now. Quick little update. The channel, vlogging out with me dog like today, and interviews, chats with people. Ordinary people, extraordinary lives, yeah? Criminal justice, mental health, advocate for healing and change, all these things. Very informal, the interviews. Coming this weekend, Lee Marvin, if you're new to the channel, if you look at my playlists, there's a Lee Marvin and Kira. They're a couple. She's the boss, she bosses him, and she bosses me, quite definitely. Yeah, both been through the mill, found each other, you know, very inspiring people. Then there's a lad I'm going to be interviewing from Hull. Hull Prison has a special unit. These units are scattered around the UK prison system, yeah? Some of the most high profile and infamous prisoners. Really looking forward to that chat. I'll be doing a vlog Wednesday as promised, finally. Monster Mansion, HMP Wakefield, so called because there's some of the creatures that get sent there, sex offenders, rapists and murderers. My plan is to visit 3 prisons or thereabouts a month. If it's doable with Stephen, I can take him for a walk. If not, I'll get on my motorbike and away we go. Walk around the prison, let you get a feel for some of these UK prisons, and do little vlogs about people in there and what life is like in those prisons. So today, nice and simple today, somebody said to me, advice you give to new prison officers, yeah? Be humble, you know, you have to give people a chance in prison. You know, everyone always says respect's earned. People might not be round long enough or whatever. Me, I always gave people the benefit of the doubt. It was up to them then, you know, to sort of ruin that sort of thing. So K-Wing. K-Wing is a wing I worked on for 3.5 years at Strangeways. Biggest, I hope you can hear me guys, it is very windy. It is the biggest wing in the northwest with 200 prisoners over 3 landings. For instance, HMP Liverpool has got some wings that are 5 stories high. So 2 shifts I did coming towards the end of my career on K-Wing, which shows for me, because the other piece of advice I always give is be yourself, because you will get found out very quick. So the first shift was an early shift, a morning shift. The second shift was the following day on a Saturday. That was a late shift, which means an afternoon shift. So the first shift, back then, used to have a briefing on every wing, every morning. So the SO, I'm going to name this lad because he was a good lad. He was called Davey. Prison service did that lad wrong. He was a brilliant officer. A lot like me in the way he dealt with people. He's very respectful. He knew how to talk to people. He could de-escalate situations. Good manager, really good manager. First thing, so just go through where people are. I was working on the Twos landing with a lad called Two Pens. Oh God, here we go. Here we go again. Two Pens was called Two Pens because at that time prisoners had a wing file that you could write things in, both positive and negative. Yeah, guess what? Not much positive to say, plenty of negative things. Two Pens was the worst. You know, he would write people up for nothing. Now them warnings could end up in somebody being on punishment and put on basic regime. Basic regime, no TV. If you're a sentenced prisoner, you'd be in a corned beef tracksuit. which is a prison tracksuit, no pockets, corned beef in colour. Like well, we've all had corned beef, haven't we? So you know what I'm saying. So first job, Mr. Samworth is addressing me. I'm on the Twos landing with 2 pens. Give me a pile of basic clothing. So they had a prisoner, quite disruptive, could be violent, knew him very well, he'd been on healthcare. We'd had him on healthcare, so I knew he was. Mr. Samworth, he went to court last night, or he returned from court, sorry. When prisoners go to court, if they're on punishment and they're in prison tracksuits, you give them their own clothes, yeah? Go to court, take the clothes off them, give them back the prison tracksuits. So that hadn't been done the previous night. So first job, Mr. Samworth, would you go in? No drama. Ask him to change back in them. Take his clothes off him. Stephen, get your ball and stop chewing sticks. I'll show. Yes, go on. You bad lad. People ask a lot about him. Somebody said I should start a PO box so people could send him toys and gifts. He's 11 years old. He's got 1 or 2 grey hairs, but I love him to bits, as you can see. So I walked out the office onto the landing. Yep, 2 pens, grabs, or rather snatchers, and I mean snatchers, this kit off me, shoots off down the landing with about 10 staff. Basics, as you come out of the office, we're on the left-hand side of the Twos landing. Yeah? Straight up to the cell, steamed in. I don't go in the cell, so I'll tell you what he did, because I know the lad. He'll have stuck his chin straight in the lad's face. Get these effing clothes. Boom, like a pack of animals these were. 5 minutes later, they come out of the cell. Yeah, all backslapping and congratulating each other. Yeah? 3 or 4 of them. One of them in particular, I remember, as they're walking back down the landing to me, where were you? Where were you? Where's our backup? Me, little bubble, 10 of you just gone in there, you've done the same job, you've achieved your goal, you've got him in the prison tracksuit. I'd have done that with no fuss. Not because I'm clever, just because I talk to people properly. This lad didn't let it go all morning. Every time he saw me, you're a coward. You soft ass Yorkshire get. Boom, 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 away you go. Endless. Got to talk to a few prisoners that morning on the Twos landing. There was a lot of lads off healthcare. Brings up another point, this. One lad I remember, he'd been on healthcare, unmedicated, mental illness, extremely unwell. He'd gone on an emergency section to Prestwich Hospital, come back to healthcare for a week's assessment. He was on normal location, in a good place, medicated. I went up, asked him how we're doing. All right, Mr. Samworth. Here's the thing about mental health. We had lads finish their prison sentence on healthcare. One lad was doing 4 years. Finish a prison sentence. He then went to mental hospital to Prestwich for 4 years. Yeah? People, there's something to do with the mental health system in this country. I'm not quite sure. There'd be plenty of people out there. But there's people who went out to hospital, you know, and then come back years later to finish the sentence. In most cases, I'm sure the sentence stops when they land in hospital till they come back to prison. People will know in the comments. So I was speaking to these lads. Said it's a bit on top on here, Mr. Samworth. I already knew that. The staff, I knew them all. You know, it weren't an issue, were what I would call very shouty people. You know, the method of dealing with people was to walk up and shout in people's faces. So I look back to when I was on K-Wing, the staff I was on K-Wing, everything got done, same discipline. I'm not saying it wasn't disciplined, but his ways of doing things, these staff were all stress heads, real stress heads, shouting at people. You know, so I thought, fair dues, I'm not on this wing now. It's an early shift. I did my bit. The next day, I'm on a late shift. I'm on in the afternoon. Same SO. SO Davey, a cracking lad. A cracking lad. Bit of a briefing. I'm on the twos landing with another lad. His name escapes me. I knew him. Stevie, come on. I'm just keeping him away from the water, guys. He likes to swim, being a black lab, obviously. I knew the officer, he was a good officer, but he was one of these stress heads, very shouty. So about 2 o'clock, the SO has both of us in the office. So all the prisoners were out, it was a weekend regime. Come on, lad. He says to me, Mr. Samworth, when we lock up at 4 o'clock, there's 2 lads in cell, whatever it was. They're both on basic regime. I, the SO, senior officer, I promised them a phone call, a 2-minute phone call each. Yeah? He says, the reason you're in the office is I'm going home. And if I leave it with this lad, the guy we're working with, who was one of his staff, he won't give him a phone call. He said, no, I won't. I won't fucking give him a call. And then he went on to explain what they were. So, it might sound something to nothing, that. So when we come out of the office, he's got about another hour, the SO, before he goes. Yeah, this lad is now not talking to me, who I'm working with. I've already told you the lads I knew, prisoners. I was just chatting to them. However, the rest of the wing very soon knew that I was giving them a phone call. Yeah, various comments. Somebody shouted down, oh, we've got the soft ass Yorkshire, get on here, all that, you know. Watter off a duck's back to me, yeah, but just that, thanks Davey, just that little thing. So it came to 4 o'clock. So these lads have been on the buzzer, yeah, about 10 to 4. The SO, Davey, he's gone. He's come on the landing. Mr. Samworth, I'm trusting you with that, yeah. He's bypassed his staff. They all loved him, he was a good SO, but he's bypassed them. Anyway, he's gone. They're on the buzzer, so there's about 4 staff now. There's only 2 staff work on each landing, 3 landings. So some other staff have come onto the landing because these lads have pressed the bell. So they're at the door and they're having a slanging match because these lads are locked up. So I walks up. So one of them says, they're not getting a call. I said, okay. Lot of shouting and swearing, you're not getting a call. Yeah, starts walking off. I goes up to the door, opens the hatch, has a look in. All right, lads. So both looking at me. I said, you need to keep it quiet, yeah. The SO has asked me to give you a call. At 4 o'clock, when everyone's locked up, I'm going to give you a call 2 minutes each. I don't want you to take the piss. If it's up to these guys here, lads and lasses, you're not getting a call. But he's entrusted me. So please be quiet. Nothing said. Everyone's locked up. All the staff on the landing congregating at the end where the office is. Yeah? So I walks up to the door. So it's like catcalling. Yeah? You know, taking the piss, having a go, you know, sort of stuff. Some of it were nasty. Me, I'm not asked me, yeah. However, these things, it's something of nothing, this. These things are what define you, yeah. I opened the door again. I says the staff has stood like a pack of animals, which they were. I weren't lying. I never held back from that. I would say it as it is. I said, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to stand here now. One of you, go and get a call, 2 minutes. Come back here, no jibbing about, yeah, please. I said it politely. And then the other lad can go and have a call. Then I'd like to go behind your doors, lads, and be quiet for the rest of the night, yeah. Appreciate now, the SO has promised you a call. He's a man of his word and he's entrusted it with me. They did what I asked, yeah. One of them went down. They were baiting him, the staff. Yeah, he's having a phone call. Don't know who he's on the phone with. Yeah, and the staff were baiting him while he's on the phone. Come back, kept it shut. Other lad went down, had his call, kept it shut, put him behind the door. Yeah. Feeding time on K-Wing, 3 landings. It was done in a very organised way. What we used to do, I let the train pass. What we used to do is in landing order, so it'd change every day. Say it was the 2s, then the 3s, then the 4s. Bear in mind there's 200 prisoners. You'd line up at the start of the 2s landing. One officer would unlock off a landing. Those prisoners would go down one end of the wing. Underneath the 2s was the servery where they served meals. So they go down, one-way system, come back up on the 2s, back behind the door. If I was stood at the door, I'd lock the door and move on a cell to the end. And that's what you did. So you were constantly moving on, unlocking off a landing at a time, boom. 30 or 40 minutes, 200 people served meals. Worked like clockwork, yeah. It was a good time. I enjoyed meal time when I was on K-Wing. A lot of banter, chitty chat, taking a piss. Taking piss out of prisoners, them taking piss out of us. You know, that sort of thing. This one, nobody spoke to me. Nobody spoke to me, yeah. Me smiling. And let me tell you, my smile was, it was inflammatory. If you can have a smile that's inflammatory, it was like, whatever, screw you, pun intended, yeah. I'm not going to go on anymore now. Like I said, Wednesday, Wakefield, I'll be down there, Monster Mansion, do your vlog down there. Lee Marvin, hopefully up Friday, if not Sunday. Lad from Hull, hopefully up Sunday, if not Friday. Parting shot as always, guys. And I've got to say, guys, last night, posted the interview with Mikey Boy, alcoholic, painkillers. Comments are fantastic. Thank you, as always, very supported audience. This way, lad. Al City.